Hello everyone. Let's see if I can get anybody to come on. Let's see. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Alright, well, I'm going to get started. If you catch this later, that's wonderful. There's a lot of worship services going on now, so I know you're probably engaged in your favorite worship service, and we have already had worship as Kingdom Fellowship. So, excuse me, I know that the crowd is pretty much gone. But you may watch this later. I had planned to do this as a part of our worship and forgot. Let me share this with you. I did a wedding on July the 4th. The wedding practiced social distancing. They had thermometers at the wedding. They put up people's reading. They had hand sanitizer. They had all kinds of things at this wedding to make sure this pandemic didn't spread. They had masks. They had gloves. They did everything they could. Excuse me. The wedding party was social distanced. The people sitting in the audience were social distanced. They originally had 300 guests coming. They may have had 50. It was a large hall. Everybody was distanced. And when I did the ceremony, I distanced myself 6 feet from the bride and the groom. So we weren't rubbing up on each other. Well, I got a call last Sunday night that someone had tested positive for the coronavirus, excuse me, at the wedding. And I was strongly encouraged to get tested. I'm pleased to report that I got tested the next day and got my results back roughly midweek, and I am negative. Why am I coming on here? Because you have all of these experts, people that can barely read and write, other people that may have all kind of degrees, but they're not in epidemiology. I may pronounce that wrong. So you know my degree is not in that. You have all kind of people talking about my immune system is strong, so I don't have to worry about a virus. You have all of these people telling you you don't need to wear a mask, you don't need to social distance, that this is propaganda. You don't need to listen. But let me share this with you. Herman Cain, who was running for president, you remember that brother from Georgia? He showed up at the rally in Tulsa for President Trump. He thumbed his nose at wearing masks and all of that. He's now in the hospital with the virus. You have others. I believe I read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, that Chuck Woolery, you remember him of game show fame, had the same vibe, and now one of his relatives has the virus. And there are many persons, and I know persons here in Memphis, in New York, in different places that have had the virus and have died. 17 bishops of the Church of God in Christ have died. Now let me say this to you as plainly as I can. Regardless of whether this virus was manufactured in a lab, regardless of whether it's genocide, regardless if because of global warming, some animals got sick and it got transferred to humans, however this started, the reality is that it's here now and it's making us sick. And the numbers right here in Memphis are escalating phenomenally. And right now we're at a 93% capacity for beds in ICU. Didn't have that issue in March. We have the issue right now. So let me say this as plainly as I can. You may disagree, really don't care. But you need to wear a mask. You need to get, and you can get hand sanitizer now. You need to get some hand sanitizer. Use it all the time. Walk with some with you. And if you don't need to be in large groups, don't go. If you're not an essential worker and you can stay at home, stay at home. If you're an essential worker, wear your mask all the time. Take precautions. And don't only do it for you, but do it for others. Do it for your family. Do it for the people that you're around. Please do it. Now, let me say just a couple things I'm going to get out your way. I was in line in Walmart, and it was interesting. The cashier said, all right, 6 feet, practice social distancing. I thought I was. When she told me, I did it. Person came behind me in line. She said that to him. Then she said, you don't even have a mask on. And he was talking about how the Lord was going to protect him. So I said to the brother, I know the Lord too. So I have no doubt as to the Lord's protection, but let me ask you this question. Since you're so confident in what the Lord will do and that you don't have to practice any health guidelines, why don't you go run out there on 240 in the midst of the highway in traffic? The Lord will protect you. He said, that's crazy. I said, well, what you're doing is crazy. We say it's a different way. When you get a headache, you take aspirin, don't you? When your teeth hurt, you go to the dentist, don't you? So why, when some experts say this will help you, you don't do it? The majority of the people that are telling you not to wear masks and not to practice social distancing and to just totally rely on your immune system, they're not experts. They're just some Negro with an opinion. You gonna trust your life to somebody with an opinion, or you gonna do the right thing? That's why I'm coming on here now. Even with all precautions, because this is prevalent and we don't quite know who has it yet, and a lot of people still haven't been tested yet, there's a chance you may get it. You may be asymptomatic and spread it. Your mama, who you say you love so much, when you walking out here with no mask and just hanging out, being all over the place, you might give it to her. She might leave here. Your church member, people who you love, might leave here because of you. So, brothers and sisters, no one prompted me to say this. I just felt led to say it. Stop being selfish. Stop being careless. Wear your mask. Handle your business. Because you never know when this might spread to where you are. Handle your business. I'm saying this out of love, saying this out of concern. I have some Facebook friends that think it's a joke, and they say, I'm not going to wear a mask. Well, if that's your position, I hope to God you don't get sick. And even beyond that, I hope you don't spread it to somebody innocent that because of your foolishness, they get sick and die. Real talk. Wear your mask.